It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
But she'll play this really fun game named Emotion Commotion. And you're going to love it. You're going to want to follow us on Thursdays because we're going to be playing it. And I just have on my heart that a lot of people should buy this as a Christmas gift because it's a great way to get to know your own emotions. Because maybe it's just me, but I kind of went around feeling like I was weird or odd or not knowing why my body would do certain things if I was stressed or angry or frustrated. And then it's other people, I didn't know this for a long time, other people actually process emotions differently. So I may do a certain thing when I'm angry and somebody else may do something else. And I would be reading the whole situation completely wrong because I didn't really understand. Or maybe they were not even angry at all. I just thought they were. So I just love this game because in a really fun, practical way, we get to have a lot of fun and also learn a lot more about emotions. So share with us a little bit about how you came up with this and how it's helping families. What are you seeing?
Well, first of all, I came up with it because I've done a lot of emotional healing in my life. I kind of grew up in an abusive childhood. I grew up with a lot of anger in myself and I didn't understand it. I didn't even know it was connected to my childhood until I was in my 20s. And so I wanted to have an emotionally healthy adult here for my children. So as I've learned a lot of tools and worked with a lot of youth over the years, I've seen that they're struggling and I want to help them. And so in that pursuit, I came up with the idea of this game a couple of years ago and have been playing it with people ever since. And I love it. It brings connection, which is one of the values that I treasure. And oh gosh, I've played it with a bunch of 20-year-olds and had an amazing 1.5 hour long conversation on our emotions after we played it for 1.5 hours. So that was super cool. I've seen it help my friend who has a 12-year-old on the spectrum. And she was telling me the first time we got your game out, we played it, we laughed, and I found out behavioral issues I didn't know I was having with my children while we were playing the game. And now we just leave it out on the countertop, play it for 5 minutes after school every day. And so it's helping my adult friends who have never felt amused before recognize what that actually feels like. So anyway, it just has a myriad of things it can teach, and we can talk about that a little bit later.
I'm excited. And I never know what she's going to show me, but I'll let you kind of explain what you're doing. It makes me do weird things on the internet.
Yeah, that might be my favorite part of the game. Making Cat do crazy things. All right. So you have an action card and an emotion card. Whoops. There we go. And you have to do the action in the emotion and people guess the emotion. So I'll do this one first.
Okay.
I'll give you a break. It says show the emotion by making the sound of a duck. I'm glad it says not move because I've learned that I can't move like a duck. So I'm glad it says sound. Okay, the sound of a duck. And you have to guess which emotion I'm doing. All right. Quack, 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 quack.
I think happy or excited or joyful, something like that.
Joyful.
Joyful. Yay.
Good at this. All right. Let's see what we have for Cat today. All right. The top card is Show the emotion by playing the air piano.
Oh dear. Okay.
That's not too bad. Okay, air piano, and I'm going to show you the emotions.
If you want to,
I will look.
yeah, for people watching, if they want to guess, they need to close their eyes when you show me the card, right?
Yep. Very good. Yep. Everybody close your eyes. All right. I'm going to show Kat the emotion.
Okay.
All right. I did not look, so. I'm going to go with not enthusiastic.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of that? Let's see. So, like, maybe just not having fun, like bored.
There you go.
Okay. Enthusiasm. Okay, very good. All right, my turn. All right, let's see. I will sing a song.
Oh, I hate singing. I'm glad you have to do it, not me.
All right, we have The Ants Go Marching is my little song here. My daughter's cute friend did all these fun illustrations. I love it. Okay, emotion. That is a lot. Okay. Zip. All right. The ants go marching. The ants go marching one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one. Hurrah.
That's really good. I'm like, I wouldn't even know the words today. Let's go marching. Wow, you look happy, but we already had joyful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as joyful as last time, though. This is more like peaceful, or I don't know, something.
Not quite peaceful. Okay. The ants go marching one by one. The little one stops to kiss them and they go marching.
I'm so glad I didn't get that card. I would have been like so messed up.
You can make up the words.
Happy?
It's very similar to happy.
Okay. We already said joyful, happy, sing-songy. I don't know.
Starts with a P.
P. Happy with a P?
It's kind of like happy.
Patient? No.
No.
Peppy?
Kinda. Sorta.
I feel so lost.
It's playful.
Playful. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you can see it afterwards and you're like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to have you do a saying here.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you've got to say, you've got to be kidding me.
Okay.
All right. And the emotion is...
Surprise, everybody.
Yeah. Close your eyes.
Okay. You've got to be kidding me.
Oh.
So you've got to be kidding me like that. That emotion does not go with it.
I know. Sometimes that happens. So I'm gonna say something like unhappy or like grumpy, sad.
Sad's closer.
Sad is closer.
Yes.
Okay. Disappointed or discouraged, maybe.
Starts with H.
H.
Be kidding me.
Hurt.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, let's see. Is it my turn?
Mhm.
All right.
I love that there's so many emotion cards in here because there's so many different emotions. How many emotions did you say there are?
48.
48. And you have
Yeah.
all of them in here.
I have all 48.
Do you have all 48 in the game?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really neat because most people only think of like, a few: mad, sad, bad, glad.
You're right. Most adults use like 8 to 10 go-to words to describe how they feel. Were you asking me how many emotions there are total in life?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant in the game at first. No, according to this TED Talk guy that I've listened to, 32,000 words for emotions.
That's hard for me to believe.
I know. I've kind of looked at he's come up with these universes of emotions, like just different. Yeah, it's really fascinating.
Listen to him. We should share that link, and we'll put that on here for people
Okay.
who are
All right. We can do that.
emotionally intelligent.
Yes. I have a whole playlist. Really cool TED Talks that teach me a lot about emotions. All right. So what am I going to do? Definitely not move like a duck. All right. I am going to move like a chicken because why not? All right.
Move like a chicken. I love your idea how they do it right after school, because if you did 15 minutes right after school to get to know each other, that's 90 hours in a year. So 6 whole extra days with your family and understanding each other's emotions. Can you imagine? That's why I love it as a Christmas present.
Yeah,
It's less on television and more with your family. It'll change lives.
absolutely. One of the things that I really enjoy about it is that when you are up here playing a game in a safe space, you are taking the opportunity to be a little bit vulnerable with your emotions. And that is what connects us. As we know, Brene Brown has spent a lot of time teaching us. And that connection, that getting to know each other is vital in this day and age, right?
Yes.
We are so disconnected from each other, from our emotions, from our higher power. So let's just plug into each other and understand each other better, right?
Yeah.
Love it. Yep. Okay. I said I was going to be a chick. I'm going to act like a chicken. See if I can act like a chicken. All right. So I can't talk or make the sounds, just act. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Super excited. Like,
You got it.
that is really excited chicken. Your
All right, just for that, I'm going to hand pick one for you.
Oh no.
Okay, you've got to make the sound of a frog.
Oh dear. Okay.
All right. And I'm going to give you a hard one. We've been using easy words.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
This is difficult. So frog. Ribbit. 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 Ribbit.
Okay. Kind of gleeful. I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I similar? So I would say happy, maybe like cheerful or, huh?
Sort of.
Sort of? Okay.
Looking around. Starts with an A.
Starts with an A. Um, like amused or amazed.
Amazed.
Amazed. Okay. All right.
Like if I'm happy or gleeful, I'm making eye contact usually, but if I'm amazed, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Look what God created.
Okay. See, my amazed would probably look like, wait, what were you doing? Were you making the sound of
A frog.
a frog? Yeah, so my amazed would be like,
Ah, okay.
so
That makes sense. But
so
I think
it's
if I'm amazed, I'm always usually looking up at the sky, walking around the farm, and I'm just looking at
yes, you are. You are.
creation.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's so interesting, like our different experiences will be what we tag different emotions to, right? And it's fascinating because as you play, you learn to read body language a little bit better. And you also like figure out, I may not be understanding you like I think I am. So maybe I should ask questions. Right? Or vice versa. Sometimes people are not picking up what I'm laying down. And I'm like, I need to be more clear and not expect everybody around me to just know how I feel. Right. So yeah, it's kind of fascinating that way.
it's awesome. I love this game. I got a bunch of gifts for my family, and we're going to be doing this more often just because emotional intelligence is so important. And for, especially like you said, in this day and age, we've had COVID and people have been locked away, and then we watch the news and there's so much anger and frustration and distrust and people just not connecting. What if we were to actually spend more time trying to understand the other person instead of justify our own position? I think the world could be a lot happier,
Yeah,
just because
definitely.
someone processes something differently or they feel a certain way about a certain situation and we feel differently doesn't mean that they're right or wrong and we're not right or wrong. It's just we are. Our emotions just are a part of us. God created us that way and he doesn't create junk.
Absolutely. I think emotions really color our lives. They're not maybe the end all be all, right? And we see our youth thinking they are. I mean, I know I did when I was younger. If I had a crush that did not like me back, I'd be like, oh, woe is me, right? But and that's just kind of a superficial thing, but we have so much going on in the world. And I don't know about you, but I was not taught emotional intelligence when I was younger because my parents in turn were not taught emotional intelligence and their parents were not, right? So we have a lot of kind of old ways of dealing with things, which is like, don't tell the neighbors, right? Or don't share your emotions because people don't want to deal with that, or they might judge you. Like I judged myself when I was younger. I had all this anger that was tied up with how I was treated when I was younger. I didn't know that. I just thought I was bad. Right. And so I really judged myself. I really hated the angry part of myself. And over the years, I've learned anger is just telling you that your boundaries, whatever, have been crossed. And there's something not right. And you need to take a look at it. Right. So I think it's really important that we have these opportunities to discuss our emotions if we choose to. You can just play this game and laugh and connect with people, and that's it. And it's a blast. But it also gives you those opportunities to discuss different emotions, where you feel them. I didn't really talk about our all play card yet, but it's one of my favorites. It tells us to just be still and silent for a few seconds and think about where we feel an emotion in our body. And as you do that, like anger, for me, I feel kind of in my stomach and I clench my fists, like when I think about being angry or when I feel angry, probably. But other people feel it in their head, I found out.
Yeah.
Which
Crazy.
was really bizarre to me, but we
Like
feel
my
it.
stomach and in my heart, and I feel super like jumpy. Like I can't, I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like all this stuff wants to come out. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So emotions are just feelings in our body. like no reason to judge them at all in others or ourselves. They're just feelings in our body, and they last 60 to 90 seconds, which isn't very long. But when we start thinking about the emotion and the background and what, we start ruminating, they can last a lot longer. And so just while we're playing the game, we are mimicking emotional regulation, which is accepting that we're feeling an emotion, feeling it in our bodies, allowing it to move through and out. In the game, through laughter, through movement, through talking, through singing. But in real life, we have a lot of tools that we can use, but we are so used to just wanting comfort. I'm feeling an uncomfortable feeling like anger or grief. I want to turn to Netflix or alcohol or pornography or whatever it is that's our go-to, and that really keeps us from connecting to ourselves, with each other, to God, which is heartbreaking. Like, we want our youth and our kids to grow up and be their brilliant, bright selves. And when they're turning to their phones or turning to their video games or things like that they're into, they're not maybe shining bright and finding their gifts, and all because we just don't want to feel. So
it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So I love Emotion Commotion. I'm not sick of it yet, and I've played it hundreds of times. But I just love that it gives us that opportunity to learn a lot of emotional intelligence without it being like a lecture, right? We're just having fun. We're learning it by osmosis.
So fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure that we put a link. It's emotioncommotion.com, right?
It's emotioncommociongame.com.
Mm-hmm. And I'll make sure that we have the link there so you can get in touch with Melissa and ask questions. And if someone buys it and they have questions, they can reach out to you on Facebook. And
absolutely,
she's played with like you like playing it. She's used to doing them before COVID. You were doing them at a bunch of in-person retreats, but now we can do them online and stuff like that. So I've enjoyed playing it online. I think it's fun.
It is. We should have a game sometime where we invite people. We can all play it online.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're going to do that for the that retreat, the summit that we're going to do, the virtual retreat. We're going to play.
Yay!
I'm going to love it. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we'll be back on Thursdays playing, and check out the game. It's really, really super fun. It's a great idea for your family and how to make 2022 a year where you spend more time with each other instead of less.
That'd be cool. Thank you so much, Kat.
Of course. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.